Oh, fuck, right. Okay, hey, how's it going? I haven't uploaded in a while. I'm here to introduce my last show. It's called Dirty Talk. It's where I give you the lowdown of whatever in kind of a more personal voice. It's not like the other shows where try to have some kind of objective truth. It's more just my feelings toward things. And I'm going to kick things off talking about the music video saga, kind of killing that. And with an episode where I talk about why I like music videos so much. It seemed like a good idea, but I kind of fell into a slump. I'm sleeping right now. But, you know, this will be good. We can do this. Yeah, you know, Dirty Talk, first episode. So, you know, I promise myself every Dirty Talk episode I get to have a snack. So, if you'll excuse me for a moment. That tastes interesting. As I mentioned in the last episode, I'm part of the MTV generation, which is definitely a factor into why I'm so obsessed with music videos. I'd been thinking of music as a visual medium for a very long time, and I would like to sometimes as a kid set music to imagine scenes in my head, but they were often just kind of to go with the mood. Oh shit. The diva dance from The Fifth Element, for instance, really had an impact on me as a kid. Seeing the vertical montage connecting Lilu and the diva, it was almost like a textbook example of how compelling music could be for a narrative. But it was after, when I started to play music, when my taste sort of exploded. And on the side, I was also still studying film. I picked up like a pair of bongos when I was in 8th grade because I was so freaking hyperactive. And then afterwards, I decided to take it a step further, and I picked up the harp, primarily because I loved the chic moments so much in Ocarina of Time. I worked at it till I eventually was playing in my high school orchestra, and it left me like a lot of solo parts, which ended up, you know, I had to like wait a lot. So I wasn't very good at like counting the measures, and because of that, I sort of just developed my own internal metronome, which allowed me to instinctively pick up on when I was supposed to come in or end, and just kind of everything. And that, you know, that metronome didn't stop. I would be conducting constantly all the time, and it really got me like engaged with my music. And it eventually got to the point where, you know, I was just sort of conducting in my mind constantly when I was listening to things, and that really got me on a deep level connected to the stuff that I loved. This grew into a understanding of the cinematic qualities of music, down to simply, you know, when to cut on the beat and just picking up on stuff like that. I really enjoyed this sense of connection to my music, conducting it, because it like made me feel like a puppet master, pulling all the strings, controlling everything. From there, the story is pushing myself and growing from those building blocks, constantly challenging my ideas to reinforce them. And I mean, you know, this whole channel is really just another chapter in that story. So I guess this whole episode is the idea, what drove me to have such strong convictions toward music videos? Well, the point of this talk is that music dictates so much emotionally. I mean, you know, I think a lot of people know that, but not too many think about it. Sound design on TV, like especially reality TV, is about creating an atmosphere with diegetic and non-diegetic sounds. That's sort of like a natural or, you know, score music kind of thing. But there's this moral blur that occurs when diegetic noises, they themselves are forced in, but, you know, you're being sort of rather told they're happening. Music is very similar, as it's used as a tool to guide and punctuate a moment. You know, like the next time you're listening to something, think to yourself, When does the music fade in and out, or when does it stop completely, or when is it changed to like another song? I found like a really easy example with a piece of Japanese television, which is always over exaggerated. Listen to how the music cuts for comic timing and sound effects punctuate the goofy moments. It's definitely silly, but it's a lot more clever in how subtle it is in its effort to guide our subconscious, you know, as opposed to like a laugh track, which is just, you know, slapping us in the fucking face. So to flip that thought, when it comes to directing a performance, it's about using the pacing for the music, visually. Performances can contain such natural displays of chemistry and emotion, while also utilizing stage theatrics to give a dynamic, memorable experience. So, where reality TV is about crafting a narrative from footage, live directing is about switching through setup cameras to enhance an uninterrupted moment. That was where the music video belonged for a long time, until the 1980s when it changed due to a commercial viability. Then the music video became an incredibly meticulous art. In Music Video Theory 101, I mentioned music videos as the ubiquitous commercial art form. And what I mean by that is never really has there been a commercial medium that has dominated culture so hugely while also being praised for its artistic merits. Regular commercials do get praise, but the engagement is a means to redirect attention toward a product. Of course, there's a redirect to buy music or tickets for a show, but when the product is a person or group of people, you know, selling it becomes a much more abstract effort. They're not just selling commodities, they're selling art, but one of the biggest cash cow art forms out there, music, you know? So that means the music video's unique goal is to make you rewatch the commercial. Through personality and memorability, the music video can grab your attention in a way nothing else can, and subconsciously force you to engage music you otherwise would have not given the chance. Now, if the video merits at least one rewatch, then some part of the song is bound to get stuck in your head, leaving you hook, lined, and sinkered. While that memorability can be reduced to on-screen visual gimmicks or, you know, shock value, there's still a remarkable focus of effort put into the artistic intent with even of the most, you know, mainstream videos out there. And you really don't see that with a lot of other mediums. So for a greater chance of permanent association, a lot of these videos push for wildly experimental ideas to, you know, compete in an incredibly aggressive market. Honestly, if it weren't for video art, the music video would be nowhere, you know? Take away the music and the surreal editing of so many music videos becomes like really exposed. As demonstrated in the musicless music videos meme, which removes music and adds interpreted diegetic noise. So I guess what I'm getting at here is music and video are like two of the most dominant art forms out there. Their strong yet subconscious influence is beyond global, but goes deep into our minds, which inherently makes them manipulative. So the combination of the two combining doesn't just make sense, it was inevitable. With the best of them, you get permanent association when you can't hear the song without imagining the video. And in terms of marketing, you couldn't ask for better brainwashing. But while it began as a tool for sales, you know, permanent association is a beautiful thing when it comes to a place of love. When I see a video with an immaculate level of detail and passion, you can just tell that this person really cares about their work and really cares about the music. You gotta have an articulate grasp on two distinct modes, seeing and hearing, in order to make them resonate on such a dynamic level. And that doesn't happen without great love. And that's really all it comes down to for me, you know? Feeling the love. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to bed. I'll see you later. More videos soon, I guess.